Hello everybody! Today I have a story to read to you and then we're going to follow that up with a writing lesson. Before we begin, we're going to look at our I can't statement. Our standard that we're covering this week is ELA GSE KW3. It's about narrating a single event. So your I can statement says, I can narrate an event by drawing and writing. That says, I can narrate an event by drawing and writing. And narrate just means to tell. So you go ahead and read it. I can narrate an event by drawing and writing. Our story today is Whistle for Willie by Ezra Jack Keats. And first we're going to do a picture walk. So I'm going to show you some pictures and I'd like you to describe what you see. I'm not going to describe it. I'm going to show you the pictures and then give you some time to describe them. Tell me what you see happening on this page. How could you describe this page? What do you think is happening in the story here? Can you describe what you think is happening on this page? Okay, we are going to read the story and you're going to find out if some of your predictions were correct. This is Whistle for Willie by Ezra Jack Keats. Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead, he began to turn himself around. Around and around he whirled, faster and faster. When he stopped, everything turned down and up and up and down and around and around. Peter saw his dog, Willie, coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled? Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, but still he couldn't. So Willie just walked on. Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and drew a long, long line. Right up to his door. He stood there and tried to whistle again. He blew till his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. He went into his house and put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked into the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother answered, "Why, no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go out and look for them," said Peter. First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. He jumped off his shadow, but when he landed, they were together again. He came to the corner where the carton was, and who should he see but Willie? Peter scrambled under the carton. He blew and blew and blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. "It's me," Peter shouted and stood up. Willie raced straight to him. Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling. So did Willie. Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. The end. Okay, so we're going to talk about how the 7 traits of writing all come together to make something beautiful like this book, Whistle for Willie, or like a rainbow. So back here we've got our rainbow. The first trait of writing is ideas. So I'm going to write that here. Ideas. The second trait is organization. The third writing trait is voice. The fourth writing trait is word choice. The fifth writing trait is sentence fluency. The seventh writing trait is conventions. And the eighth writing trait is presentation. So we're going to talk about these 8 traits as it relates to our book, Whistle for Willie. So first we need to think about ideas. What is the book's big idea? I'm going to pause a minute and I want you to tell me what you think the book's big idea is. When I was reading the story, I heard the big idea that a boy learns a new skill to call his dog. He learns how to whistle. So I'm going to write that in here. So he learns to whistle to call his dog. That is the big idea of the book. Next, we need to think about how is the book organized. The book has a strong beginning and an excellent ending. Strong beginning, excellent ending. Now we need to think, can we name the book's tone? That's for voice. What kind of voice does it use? Is it serious or is it funny? And I would say that the book sounds happy. Willie seems happy in the story. Its voice is happy. Next we have word choice, and for word choice we're going to think about some of our favorite words from the story, from the book. Can you think of any words from the book that you really liked that the author used? I like that instead of saying that the boy went under the box, he said that he scrambled under the box. That helps me see a good picture of what he looked like when he was getting under that box. I also like that instead of just saying going to the grocery store, they said that they were running an errand. I like that word, errand. Okay, for sentence fluency, the book uses sentences of different lengths and different types. Sometimes he uses short sentences and sometimes he uses long sentences. This sentence says, Peter scrambled under the carton. He blew and blew and blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. So these were three sentences that were about the same length. And the last one was really exciting. That's why there's an exclamation point there. If we look at this page, this is all one sentence. Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. That sentence is longer than the others. That makes our book more interesting when we have sentences of different lengths. So we have variety. For conventions, we look to see, is there proper capitalization and punctuation? And the answer was yes for this book. So capitalization and punctuation. And punctuation, those are our periods, exclamation points, and question marks. And we want to make sure that we're using those properly. And finally, presentation. And for presentation, we want to know what pictures were your favorite. From the presentation of the book, this is how he's presenting it to the people. Ezra Jack Keats is also the illustrator of this book. I'm going to show you some of my favorite pictures. I really enjoy this picture of Willie with his dad's hat on looking in the mirror. I also really like the picture of Willie when he's playing on the sidewalk and he's running from his shadow. What were some of your favorite pictures? So all of these work together to make this great book, Whistle for Willie. So now we're going to talk about our writing assignment. So in this story, Peter wants to learn to whistle so that he can call his dog and his best friend, Willie. When Peter does learn to whistle, he takes Willie with him to the grocery store and he whistles the whole way there and the whole way back because he's so excited. So I want you to draw a picture of one of your best friends. It can be a pet or a person, one of your best friends. And then I'd like you to write about your friend by describing them and explaining what you like to do with your friend. What do you all do together? So you're going to draw a picture of your best friend. It could be a pet or a person. And you are going to explain what you like to do together. And if you have any questions, please contact me. I miss you all, and I'll see you tomorrow evening for our online lesson.